Hello everyone, welcome to channel Qtomation. So in previous session we have seen about approach that need to be followed for data driven testing. So we have seen the problem. So what is the normal problem of using Excel related code in our test cases is there are two problems. Let's say we have to add all the Excel related code in our test case, then that will increase the complexity of the test case. And another problem was, let's say there are multiple number of data driven test cases. So in that situation, it will increase the duplication of code if you write each and every Excel related code into the test case. So for that, the approach we have to follow is we have to write Excel util file separately in which we will write different functions related to Excel sheet operation. For example, reading of data, writing of data, counting rows, columns, filling green color or filling red color. So we have to create separate functions into Excel utils file, and we can call these functions in our test cases. So that will reduce the complexity of the test case, and also it will avoid the duplication of code. So this is the approach which we have to follow. So in this session we will see how to write the utility file and how the utility file will look. So we will write various functions into that utility file. So utility file is nothing but a .py file. We can give any name and it will contain the reusable functions about various Excel related operations. So what are the different functions which we will create? Get row count, get column count, reading of data, writing of data, filling green color and filling red color. So these are the functions which we will write in that Excel utility file. And then we can utilize these reusable functions from this utility file. Now first one is get row count. What this function will do? This function will take two parameters. So we have to pass the file name, that is the file path, and the sheet name. So once we pass the file path and the sheet name, then this function will return how many rows are there, means how many active rows are in that sheet which contains the data. So that count we can get from this row count function. Similarly, get column count will also accept file path and sheet name, and it will return column count, maximum number of column count which have active data in it. So that value will be written by this get column count function. Similarly, we will write read data function. So to read the data, what parameters we have to pass in this function? Again, we have to pass sheet name, file path, then we have to also pass row number and column number because we want to read the data. So 4 parameters we need to pass in the read data function, and it will return the data which is present in that specific cell. So we will pass row number and column number also. So it will read the data from that cell and it will return that value. Similarly, there is write data function we can write. And which parameters we have to pass in write data? We have to pass the file, sheet name, row number, column number, and the data which we want to write in that specific cell. So these 5 parameters we will pass into write data function, and it will write the data and it will save the file. Next one is filling green color or filling red color. Again, for this function we will pass sheet, file name, sheet name, file path, row number and column number. And what this function will do, it will fill the color in that specific cell which we will mention. Similarly, red color will also fill the red color in the sheet cell which we will pass via row number and column number. So we will see practically how we can write this function, and then we will quickly see whether that utility file which we have created after writing this function is working properly or not. Just remember, this is not a test case. We are not writing any test case yet. We are just creating a utility file. We are creating a Excel utility file with all these functions. And this utility Excel file we can use while writing the test cases. So that we will see in coming session. We will see one real-time example in which we will use that Excel utility file for writing the data-driven test cases. So now let's try to write Excel utility file in PyCharm. So now let's go to PyCharm. We have to create a new Python file. We can give any name to this Python file. We are creating Excel utility file, so I will just give the name as Excel utils. So I am just naming it as Excel utils file. So we have created the Python file now. After creating this Python file, what we have to do is we have to import some packages. So first one is very important, that is importing OpenPyExcel, because that is the one which we can use for various Excel related operations. So we have to import OpenPyExcel, and also we have to also import from OpenPyExcel dot styles. We have to import one class, that is pattern fill. So this class object we will use for filling green or red color in our Excel sheets. Now let's write the functions. So now we have to write the functions which will perform various Excel related operations. So what is the first function we will write? Let's say get row count. So we will write how to define a function by def keyword. Then let's write the function name get row count. Get row count will return number of active rows with the data present in our sheet. And in this row count function, we have to pass two parameters. First one is file. It is nothing but the file path on which the file is present in our location in our system, that is the file, and along with that we have to pass sheet name, right? So file and sheet name. File, because workbook can contain multiple sheet, so we have to pass the file and sheet here. After that, what we will do, we have to first load the workbook. So we will simply use OpenPyExcel dot load workbook. In this we have to pass the file. So we have already seen this in our previous sessions. So we have to just pass the file here, and we have to store it in workbook variable. So I am just creating one variable, workbook equals to OpenPyExcel dot load workbook, in which we have to pass the file. After creating the workbook, next step is sheet. So we have to, so we can name it as, just to avoid confusion, I am just naming it as, let's say, sheet name. So sheet equals to, now we have to extract the sheet from the specific workbook. So how to do that? Workbook and in bracket we have to pass sheet name. So it will store that sheet in this sheet variable. So once we get the sheet variable, next step is we have to return the row count. So we will simply use return. How to get the rows? Sheet dot max row. So this will return number of rows which contains the test data, right? It will return the maximum row count which contains the active test data. So we can put it in bracket as well. So it will return that value. So this function will take file parameter and sheet name, and then we are creating the workbook. Then we are using the sheet equals to workbook, and we are passing the sheet name here, and then it function should return sheet dot max row. So this will return, so whenever this function gets called, it will return the maximum number of rows which contains data in that rows, right? So that will return the value of row. Similarly, now we can create the next function, that is getting column count. So again I will just use def get column count. In this also we have to pass file and sheet name. These steps are similar, and instead of max row we have to put max column, because this will return number of columns. So now we have written two functions, get row count and get column count. What is the next function we have to write is reading data. So now let's write a function to read data, and in this function again we have to pass the file path, sheet name from which we have to read the data, and also we are going to read the data from specific cell. So for that we have to pass row number and column number. So we have to pass row number and column number, then only it can be able to extract the specific sheet cell data. After that these steps will be common. So these are the common step, workbook and sheet. And then what we will do, we will again return which data by using sheet.cell method, in which we have to pass row number and column number. So it will extract that data from specific row number and column number. So it will extract the data from that specific cell, and we have to pass that value, right? So we have to return this value. So this will extract that value and we should return this. So this function whenever is called, it should return that specific cell value. So this function will return that specific cell value. And now we will write another function to write the data. I am just copying it. Now the function name is write data, WRITE. Write data, again we have to pass file as a parameter, then we have to pass sheet name, row number, column number in which we want to write the data. So what data we have to write, that also we have to pass, comma. So that is the fifth parameter is data. So that data we will write into that specific sheet cell. This step will be common. Instead of returning, because we are writing the data now, so we don't have to return the value. Instead of that we have to actually set that value into that sheet. So we have to assign the data here. So it will assign this data which we are passing to that specific sheet cell. It will assign that data to that cell. It will write that data into that cell. And one last step, if you remember, after writing the data we have to store that, right? We have to save that. So workbook dot save method, and in this we have to pass the file path. So this file path, it will save that data after the writing. So this step will write the data, and last step will save that data. So this is very important. So far we have written the functions for getting row count, column count, read data and write data. Now next function which is remaining, it is filling color. So def, I am just naming it as fill green. So let's say whenever our test case is passed and we want to mark that sheet as a green, mark that specific cell as a green, then we can use this method or function. So I am just using def fill green. So this is the function name, and in this we have to pass again file, sheet name, row number and column number. So we have to put the color in specific cell. So we have to pass these 4 parameters. After passing these 4 parameters, again these couple of steps are same. So I am just copying it, and then we have to write we have to create the object of pattern fill class, and we can create the object. So let's say I am just creating object, naming it as, let's say I am just giving the name as green fill equals to pattern fill. We are creating the object, and in this we have to pass certain parameters. For example, start color equals to which color we have to pass. We have to pass the hexa code. So I am just typing hex code for green color. Hex code for green. I am just googling it. So you can see this is the hexadecimal code for green color. So we have to use this code. Let's go back to PyCharm and we have to put this value here. Start color equals to this one, comma, end color also this one, and pattern type equals to solid. So this is the color setting basically, which we are storing it in green fill object. And now by using this object, I will just use in which sheet cell we have to fill this. So I am just copying this. Sheet dot cell row number, comma, column number, and we have to use dot fill, and in this we have to pass this object. So what this statement will do, this will, whenever this function is called, it will basically fill this color into that specific sheet, and again we can save this file. So I am just using workbook.save file. Similarly we can write for red color as well. This is the function to fill red color. So what will change? Everything will remain same. Instead of green fill, I can just create, let's say, red fill, and here we have to pass different color code, because we have to search for red color now. So I am just copying this hexadecimal code of red color. Let's go back to PyCharm and let's put that color code here. So this is the color code for red, and here we have to pass red fill. This object which we have created of pattern fill class, we have to pass it in here, and then we have to save the file. So now we have written all the functions. If you see, this is how the utility file for Excel looks. So we have created excel utils.py file, and these are all the common operations or common functions which we can use in any project. So we can use these functions for various Excel related operations. So we can simply import this excel utils.py file in our test cases or wherever we want to use it, and then we can just call these functions directly. So whenever we call the getRowCount function, by passing file and sheet name, it will return maximum number of rows present with the active data. Similarly, we can get the column count by passing file and sheet name whenever we call this function. We can directly read the data by passing file, sheet name, row number and column number, and it will return the data value from that specific sheet cell. We can also write the data into the cell. We can fill the green color into any specific cell of the sheet by passing these parameters whenever we invoke these functions. So these are the common functions which we have written in our utility file. So this is how the Excel util file looks, and this actually saves lots of complexity in our test cases. It also avoids the duplication of the code in our test cases. Now we can use this for data driven test cases in real time example, which I am going to show you in our next session. But as of now, we can quickly verify, without even the test cases, we can verify whether this Excel utils file, the functions which we have created, are working properly or not. So I will just show you simple example where we will use these functions for these operations. So I am just going to create a new Python file. I am just naming it as, let's say, check Excel util functions. So I am just creating a new Python file in which, so this file we are just checking whether the util file functions which we have created are properly working or not. So here what we will do, we will simply try to utilize those functions and we will see whether we are able to successfully perform those Excel related operations. So for that, what I will do, I will simply create, let's say, one file, Excel file. Let's say file equals to, we have to pass the file path. So I am just using one Excel file. So let's open this XLSX file, which is currently blank. If you see, I am just opening this file. Currently I will not keep any data in it, so I am just deleting whatever data is present. So we have deleted all the data. Also we will change the color as well. Or simply let's create a new file. Instead of this file, let's create a new Excel file. Let's create a new Excel file. I am naming it as my file. So we have created a new Excel file, and when you open it, it is currently totally blank. So this is the totally blank file, and here we have sheet 1. So I am just naming this, or keep it as a sheet 1 only. So this is the sheet name. So sheet 1 is a sheet name. So what we will do, by using those functions which we have created in our utility file, what we will do, we will perform different operations. First we will write some data. We can fill the color in couple of cells. We can get the row count, data, column count, row count, and also we will read the Excel data after writing it. So all these operations we will perform. So I am just saving this sheet. Sheet name is sheet 1, and let's copy the path now. Right click. So I am just copying the path of this file. Let's go back to PyCharm. Let's paste that file path. So we have pasted the file path. Yeah, so this is the file path. After that, what we will do, we will call this Excel utils function. So first step is we have to first import that Excel utils file. So we will just import Excel utils.python file. So it will import Excel utils functions. So now what we will do, first we will perform writing data. So how to perform writing data? So now it's very simple. We have to just use Excel utils dot write data function. So we are calling that write data function, and when we are calling that write data, if you see, this function is here. Write data function, we have to pass file, sheet name, row number, column number, and data which we want to write. So let's pass these 5 parameters. So file is this one, file path. What is the sheet name? We have seen sheet 1 is the sheet name which is present in the workbook. Row number, so we will give one row number is first row, and column number is first. So first row, first column, that means first sheet we are filling the data. And what data we are filling? Let's say I am just passing name. So what it will do is, it will write the data as name into first cell. First cell, it will write the data as name. Similarly, we will write same statement for first row, second column. First row, second column. So we are writing the data as age. Then first row, third column. So total 3 columns are there and 1 row is there. And here we are passing, let's say, ID. I am just copying this again, and let's add the data for second row as well. So in the second row, first column, we are passing name as Jack. In second row, second column, we are passing the data as, let's say, age is 24. And second row, third column, we are passing the data ID as, let's say, 001. So now this statements should write the data in our Excel file. Should write the data in our Excel file. And how many rows? So 2 rows and 3 columns. Right? If you see, 2 rows and 3 columns will be filled. That is about writing the data. Now after writing the data, let's say I am fetching rows and counts number. So how many rows and columns are having this data that we will fetch by using those functions. So how to do that? We will simply again use Excel utils dot get row count, and here we have to pass 2 parameters. If you see this function, for get column and get row, we have to pass file and sheet name. So what is the file? That is again file, comma, sheet name is sheet 1. And similarly for columns as well. For columns, we have to call get column count function. Here also we have to pass file and sheet name. So it will call these functions, but we have to print those values. So we will use print. So it should print those values in our console. So we are just printing this statement, print Excel utils dot get row count and column count. So how many values it should print? So how many rows are there? We have seen 2 rows. And how many columns are there? We are writing 3 columns. If you see, we are writing 2 rows and 3 columns. So it should call those functions and it should print the value of rows and columns. After that, what is the next functions? We are writing the data. We are getting the row count and column count. And let's say we are also giving some color to some of the specific cells. Now how to give the color? Fill the color. Fill green and red color in cell. So which function you have to call? Excel utils dot fill red. In this we have to pass 4 parameters, that is file, sheet name. So what is the sheet name? Sheet 1. Then row number and column number, because we have to pass that red color into specific cell. So what is the row number? Let's say I am giving first row, first column, first cell only we are filling red color. And similarly, if you want to fill the green color, so here we have to just call Excel utils dot fill green color function, file sheet 1, and here 1 comma 2. So it will fill in second cell. So first row, first column, that means the first cell will be having red color, whereas first row, second column, second cell will be having green color. So that we are calling it here. And last one is reading the data. So let's read the data as well. So let's read the data from this cells. So how we can read the data? Again we have to call this Excel utils dot read data. We have to pass file, sheet name. What is the sheet name? Sheet 1. And row number, that is let's say 1. First row, first column. And we can again read another data as well. Let's say I want to read the data from first row, second column. Let's again read the data from first row, third column. And read the data from second row, second column as well. Second row, first column, second row, second column, second row, third column. This is basically not the test case. This is basically we are just checking whether the utility file which we have created with different functions, and those functions are currently working or not. That we are checking it. Actual test cases we will see in coming session. So now when we execute this file, so we have seen the file which we have created here. We have not executed this file again. So if you see, this file is currently totally empty. I am just opening this Excel file. If you see, nothing is in this file. I am just closing this again. And after executing the file, what should happen? So when we execute this file, it should write the data. So this data will be written into that file. We should see number of rows and number of columns in our console. It will fill green and red color in first two cells, and it should also print the data in our console because we are using read data function as well. So now let's execute this file. There is some error. Yeah, so issue was we don't have to pass this here. So what we have to do is sheet dot cell. So wherever we are filling the color, we have to use dot fill equals to green fill. So we have to put this value here, equals to green fill. Similarly, instead of writing inside this, we have to just use dot fill equals to red fill. So that was the error. So now it should resolve that error. And now let's execute this file. So when we execute this file, let's see the output. So now let's execute this file. If you see, we are not able to see any output because we have executed this .py file. We have to execute which file? So this file we have to execute. So this is the file which we have used to invoke the functions from excelutils.py file. So now let's execute this file and let's see whether it performs all the operations or not. So I am just executing this file, and if you see here, value of 2 and 3 is printed. So if you see print, what we are printing here, get row count. So 2 rows and 3 columns, right? So through 2 rows and 3 columns, that value is printed. The read data values are not printed because we haven't used print statement. So we have to use print statement. So I am just using print statement. I am just removing the below lines. We are just checking the operation. So we just can verify by just using 3 print statements as well. It should automatically fetch the data from first row. So now let's execute this file one more time. And if you see the output now, you can see 2, that is the number of rows, number of columns, and this is the data from our first row. So initially the file was blank. Now let's open this file and let's check it out. So I am opening this file, and if you see, initially it was blank, but now if you see, data is automatically filled here by using the functions which we have used, name, age, id, and this function we have used to write the data. And also it has filled the color as well. If you see, second sheet is green color and first sheet is red color. First cell is red color and second cell is having green color. That means whatever utility file which we have created, this utility file functions which we have created are working perfectly fine. We are able to fill the green color, we are able to fill the red color, we are able to write the data, we are able to read the data, we are able to get the column count, and we are able to get the column count and row count as well. That means these utility functions which we have created are working perfectly fine. Now in coming session, we will see one practical example where we will write the data driven test cases, and we will use this utility excelutil file for calling these functions, and how we can practically write the data driven test cases, that we will see in coming session. Thank you for watching this video.